you're bringing to our city here, and I thought it'd be a really great way to introduce this amazing thing you're doing to our community. So would you like to take the floor and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Sure. Awesome. So you already introduced me, but I've been in Lethbridge now for about 20 years. Kind of ages me.
Don't you hate that?
My adult life. And so I moved here after I took my education in hair and aesthetics, and I started my career in Lethbridge, and I met my husband during that time, and we have 2 little girls. They're 3 and 5.
Oh,
yes.
Such a great age.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. So after 10 years, I started my salon, and 10 years later, I'm opening Monroe.
That is amazing. So you've always been driven to the beauty industry and supporting others on their beauty regimes, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's been the funnest part of owning a business for me, is once I owned a business and I transitioned from being behind the chair and actually supporting my team, that lit me up. And that showed me what's possible out there, that there's other opportunities that I could actually do.
So prior to owning the salon, were you considered an entrepreneur then, or did you work for a salon? Because I know in the industry it kind of changes, right? You can either work for a salon as an employee, or you can rent a chair and therefore you're building your own clientele and still. So were you I guess what I'm leading into here is, were you an entrepreneurial spirit right from the very beginning? Like, was it get up and go and build a clientele or a client list, or was it baby steps?
I think that when you start out, you don't have a clientele. So you need to get established in someone's business and build up. And I think that's a really healthy way to do it. Being in a place where they support you and they support you in your growth. Mm-hmm. Then from there I started chair renting, and then from there just went, what's next? And opened my own salon spa.
That's amazing. So you've been in every stage of what it's like to grow a business, and that's awesome, because I think that brings a lot of experience then to what you're doing here at Monroe Salon Studio. So let's let you introduce what that concept is and why you're so passionate about it.
Absolutely. So Monroe is basically a beauty, health, and wellness facility. So think like a mall for beauty, health, and wellness. And
I love it. This whole concept to me is just brilliant.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So basically you can come in. So it's for people in the industry of beauty, health, and wellness that already have an established clientele. So they're going to come into that space and they're going to lease their own studio. So they lease their own space in this mall, essentially. They have their brand and their logo. They can do all their decor how they want to do it. Play their own music, keep 100% of their own profits. But they don't have to have the upfront costs of a brick and mortar building. Mm-hmm, yeah. And the business expenses, the employee churn, all of that stuff for business, they don't deal with that. So, and they are fully supported in Monroe with business services, marketing, and community. So it's really a dream. Like, if I would have had this opportunity before I owned, I would have jumped. Absolutely jumped. But it wasn't in Lethbridge then.
Yeah, that's funny to see how these opportunities evolve, and they evolve from people who have experienced them. Because how could you build this without knowing, like you say, I wish I had this, this, and this to be able to maybe fast track some things a little bit, or even the knowledge, and even the community component, because I think when you first start out in business, it's lonely.
Absolutely.
Right? It's so lonely. So to know that everybody's in the same stage of the game, so you're all growing at the same pace. And so to be able to sit there and be like, are you experiencing this? Or how did you get through this? Or what's working for you, right?
Well, and I love that, because when I started my business, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who to go to for what, or what I even needed. And so now I've taken my 10 years experience in business, and I put together a Monroe Members Business Builder Kit. So it has everything to set up our members for success right out of the gate. And then on top of that, you have community. You have people doing what you're doing and elevating that experience and going, hey, this is so exciting, or hey, how did you do this? And so you really can work together. And I already see with the members that are coming in, the excitement and the community that's already forming before we've even walked in the doors.
That must just energize you. That must just be like your calling, right? When you see the excitement of somebody knowing that their potential is there and they are ready to take that to the next level.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about where this idea stemmed from? Like, I know we talked a little bit about you experiencing some of these things, but tell us a little bit about the vision of Monroe.
Well, actually, this concept has been going on for 39 years. All over the world.
It's amazing.
So it just hadn't really stepped into Canada until about 4 years ago. For me personally, I just saw the gap in our industry. Like, being a business owner myself, there is a need for having a salon and having a commission-based salon and building people up. But what ends up happening is once they hit that certain level, they're going, what's next for me? And in a salon traditional model, you can't just keep upping the commission. Otherwise, it doesn't support the structure of the business. And so I could see stylists and estheticians going, okay, well, what's next for me? Where do I go from here? Not everybody wants the same things, but it really frustrates the system at that point, because what are your options? And so to have this option is incredible. So they can continue to grow and have freedom and control over their life, their business, how they want everything to look, and essentially make more money but be in community, not lose that part.
I love it. I love that term you used, freedom, because I think that's just what so many people seek in business. Like, that's why they start business in the first place, is they want that freedom to be able to make the decisions. They want that freedom to be able to create their schedule. They want that freedom to be able to make as much money as they want or as little money as they want, right? And so I think that's a real good keyword to use when you're thinking about what this can do for business. Can you tell us a little bit about the name Monroe?
Monroe, yes, I can. Okay, so I was in Europe, and in the mastery, I was in a business mastery program.
In Europe?
In Europe.
Wow.
Yes, yes. I was in the advanced program. So I had already done the first program in Palm Springs, and then I went back because I wanted to make sure that I was fully equipped, that I had everything possible needed for every member of Monroe, and that it was just, I was giving massive value. So I went and did that, and while I was there, they said, okay, you are the what of salon studios. So this was the exercise. They're like 5 words or less. And in the workshop, they're like, you are the, as an example, Gucci of. And I sat there and I thought, okay, so I wrote out a bunch of them. And then I was like, we're the Marilyn Monroe of salon studios. Like, no brainer. And the guy next to me was like, yeah, she did it her own way. And I was like, yeah, she did. But I didn't clue into that. So we got done. It was a 15-hour day. I remember walking down the boardwalk, and I just happened to look over to my left into a art gallery, and I saw a massive portrait of Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my goodness.
I still didn't clue in. I was like, oh,
wow,
that's cool. Like
that wasn't put in front of you for any reason?
Right? No, and it was actually my brand strategist that inspired me. She looks for inspiration everywhere. So she's like, you look here and here. So I'm on that plane coming home, and I'm looking through everything. Anyways, I was on a call with her, and she was like, okay, let's do this. And I'm like, we are the Marilyn Monroe. And she's like, T, Monroe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was born.
So it wasn't necessarily something that was methodical and really thought out. It was something that just was gifted to you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And as you can see on our set here, I love this, but this is your logo and your brand there, and it's beautiful. And I love that it's gold and black and a little bit of marble, right? Like that class. So that's really good to know that this is what you're going to be putting out in the community, is this professionalism and this beautiful logo. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So I want to know, this is going to get a little personal here, but I want to know why you are so passionate about doing this and about helping others succeed. Like, what drives you to want to gift or give to others?
You know, since I was young, I've always been excited about when people bring me their ideas or their stuff, and I'm like, you can totally do that. Like, you should do that. You'd be amazing at that. And it was just always very natural for me to be that person. That's who I am. And when I got into my own business and I started coaching my team and getting my coaching and seeing, when I was coaching with them, to see them succeeding, to be in that with them, it lit me up. I was so excited for them and to help them see their potential. It's like, I have no part of it. I'm just there to support. Mm-hmm. And that's what really drove me and started. Once I had babies, I was like, that is what I want to do. That's where I want to be. I want to work with people who want to elevate their lives and their businesses, and I want to support them in that.
I love that. I just absolutely love that. And so what vision do you have for the guests that attend Monroe? So we have guests and we have members, two kind of different clients in there, right? So tell us what you expect or what you vision for those guests as I already know, like I see the like I just know you well enough to know that like you visualize this. And so I want you to walk our listeners and our viewers through tonight what that vision looks like for you, for your guests.
You know what? I just believe we all deserve this high-end luxury experience. And so I want that feeling the minute you walk through the door. But what's even bigger than that is I think that what the clients and guests are going to love about Monroe is you have that big city feel when you walk in. Mm-hmm. But when you go down the halls, you realize that you're really supporting local businesses, right? So that community feel. And more than that, I don't think there's anything more than that. But when you're walking down the halls, all of a sudden you see like one studio and it's going to have this decor and vibe and music and energy and service. And then you're going to, just be a part of that. And then you go to the next one and it's going to be a whole different feel. And it's really reflecting those people, but also Lethbridge's elite service providers. They've built their clienteles up. They're excellent at what they do, and they're all in one place.
I love that you want to showcase that. I love that you want to take those people and say, you deserve to be on a pedestal or you deserve to be seen. Not that nobody else does, but when you work really, really, really hard to excel in that space, you deserve to be Marilyn Monroe, right?
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
You deserve to be, to have your own space and have that opportunity. And it's been 2.5 years in the making, and it's here. It's crazy. It's a little surreal, but I'm pumped for all the members. I'm just ecstatic. And we have a coffee bar going in.
I heard.
And someone's actually running their own business, Cafe Noir. So she's running her own business, and she actually has a studio in there. So she's busy.
And you opened up this opportunity, right? Like clearly she probably at some point had this on her mind that maybe this would be a really cool opportunity. And here it was, just, again, gifted or put in front of her to be able to build a dream. Your dream is building other dreams. So cool. So I want to now talk about the members and what you're going to offer these members to just give them this opportunity to be so amazing in this space.
Right. I think the biggest thing about Monroe that I love is it's not just you make more money, you have more control over your business. It's also an environment that fosters community and collaboration and cross-promotion with other members. Mm-hmm. So you're really building that culture with everybody, like that safe place. And you have the freedom to express yourself fully, like the way that you see your business being run, the way that you want to show up in the world. And I think that's huge. I think that's in some ways bigger than the concept itself, in terms of just, I can make more money. Right? It's a whole experience for them. It's a whole lifestyle, and it's really about what's inside of them too.
Fulfilling their passions and being able to do that, like you say, with that freedom, without that control. I think that's so cool. So can you tell us about the services you're going to offer to both the guests and the members that make this such an amazing experience.
Yes. So for our members, we have everything from webinars to expert workshops and lunch and learns to we have a Monroe members portal. And so they'll have access to that to go on. They're going to have webinars on accounting, everything, one-on-one accounting, and resources like webinars for business, but also policies and procedures that they need for their business are going to be readily available and done for them. We're just thinking about all the little things and big things that they need to run a business. We want to take the guesswork away and the headache and have them have instant access to those things, but at their own pace.
I like that. That, like you say, that just takes the work out of having to guess whether you're doing it right or wrong, or that's really amazing. I know I probably didn't really touch on this, but I want to talk a little bit about this journey as an entrepreneur for you, because as you were talking through that there, I realized like this has been 2.5 years in the making, right? Like this isn't something that's happened overnight for you. So can you touch a little bit on that journey? What it was like taking your dream from here to paper to, you know, executing to building to now recruiting, right?
Right.
Can you touch on that a little bit? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah,
but
no,
I'm
absolutely.
interested to know what that journey's been like for you.
You know, you look at this whole end game and you have no idea the steps in between. But the truth of it is, it's one step at a time. That's all you can do. And if you look too far in advance, you're going to get overwhelmed. And we've all been there. I've had, you know, boards up with every sticky note imaginable, and I'll stare at it 3,000 times, and I realize that's not the way to do things. It's one step at a time. So I remember sitting with my husband and writing that business plan night after night after night. That was the very first step. Researching the concept, finding my key people, my A team. So my lawyer, my accountant, in coaching, like all of those people are key people. I think it's really important when you want to build something great that you realize that you need to invest not just your time, but also money. Don't chimp out on your dream, because your dream's going to chimp out on you. I've experienced this in my first business where I didn't maybe go for that loan bigger for certain things in my business for support, and I didn't get the most high-end quality of furniture, and 3 years later I'm replacing it. So I just learned my lesson that you really need to invest in yourself and invest in the right people, and don't be worried about that it's just going to come for you. So that was one big thing. I think it's just one step at a time, and really reaching out for help when you need it. When you get stuck, that's really important. And yeah, just don't take it too seriously. Like, don't let it eat you up. You still have to live while you're doing this.
Yeah, I could see that being a big factor when you're taking on, because you're doing this all by yourself, right? Like, this is your vision, you're executing, you're the project manager through it, you're the one who picks the lighting, and you're the one who creates the package, and you're the one who's talking to the marketing firms and doing all of that. So that is a lot to take on while you still have a salon.
I do.
Yeah, yes. Right? And you have 2 young children and a husband. Like, I could see where that could consume you just with that focus, right? So I want to lead into a little bit now that we've talked about that. Where is the building at? What stage are we at? Where's the location? What's next for Monroe?
So Monroe is located on the south side. So it's actually on Plaza Road, so in between Canadian Tire South and the Comfort Inn. And so it's actually an up-and-coming business hub. So KPMG is going in behind. So it's a massive building there. And then there's a foundation that's gone in, and 2 other buildings are going to be built. So it's going to be a whole business hub, new business sector.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And we are 3 weeks out.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's
so
amazing. Close. Oh, so now all of this is coming into vision for you and is aligning. And so I'm going to just wrap up tonight with how can people reach out to you? If there's somebody out there right now in the health, wellness, or beauty industry that has just been led into this awesome opportunity, how can they come view this place? Like, how do they
see it?
Yeah, like
right.
how do they reach you? Like, how do they get to be part of the Monroe community?
Well, first of all, I missed answering the second half of your question, so this is a good lead in.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
So-
I probably jumped that part. I'm like, let's just keep going.
No, I'm sure it was me. So basically, we have the beauty, health, and wellness sector. So in the beauty sector, you have everything from hair and aesthetics to laser hair removal, waxing, lash extensions, permanent makeup, medical aesthetics. So you have all that realm coming into Monroe. And then in the health sector, you have, a health coach and fitness and Pilates and yoga and that sector. And then you can jump into the wellness sector, which would be massage and chiropractic and acupuncture and, oh my goodness, cranial sacral therapy.
It's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Try spelling it.
But it's amazing. and you know what? There's been some industries reaching out, and if they fall within line of that, we are so open to it because it's under that sector so that you can share targeted markets. And so
all service providers, all people that provide a service.
Right.
Yes, okay.
In the beauty, health, and wellness sector.
Yeah.
So we have a list on our website talking about who can apply for Monroe, but we are open to services that we haven't thought of.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can find us on our Instagram, which is Monroe Salon Studios YQL, or on our website at monroesalonstudios.com. And you can reach us there. And tours, so our floors are just being finished. So Monday we can finally get back in our building after 3 weeks because it's a massive building, and so the floors took a very long time to finish. So tours are going to start up again the week of September 14th.
That's amazing. And you haven't been in the building in 3 weeks? Is that not killing you?
I was in the very back with my shoes off to check some things before they got there. Yeah. No, you know what?
I was
I'm
gonna
so
say,
busy
just knowing
that-
you, I'm sure, like, where are things at, right? So that's amazing. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to share this with us tonight, and I know this has been a journey for you, and I'm super excited for you to be able to now share this with our community, and I can't wait for people to reach out to you and be able to come and take a tour and learn more about it. So thank you so much for being on the show, Tanya. It's really great to just chat with you about this, and
Yes.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Alrighty, thank you all for joining us tonight on The Question Is Why. We will be live next week, again, Wednesday, 8 p.m., live here on Jess FM.